Mysteries of Perception and Reality. How does an enlightened person perceive the world? If you ask me, is thought material? Then I will answer, rather matter is imaginary. Human beings, with their remarkable intellect and sensory apparatus, possess the unique ability to perceive and interpret the world around them. However, this remarkable capability comes with limitations. Our senses grant us access to only a fraction of the universe's grandeur. The universe, in its totality, remains beyond our comprehension. We observe and experience the universe solely through the filter of our sensory instruments. These instruments are like prisms, refracting the infinite complexity of existence into a manageable, comprehensible form. Consider for a moment that what we perceive as matter is not an intrinsic quality of the universe but rather a construct of our senses. From this perspective, matter isn't a fundamental aspect of existence, it's a fragment, a sliver, torn from the intricate tapestry of the cosmos and molded to fit the mold of our sensory abilities. In essence, matter becomes an interpretation, a translation of energy, formlessness, and dynamism into a tangible, comprehensible concept. We transform a minute spectrum of energy, extracted from the boundless sea of cosmic energies, into what we call matter. The notion that matter is imaginary resonates with the thoughts and insights of various philosophers, mystics, and religious traditions throughout history. In philosophy, the idea that the physical world is a product of the mind or consciousness is known as idealism. Idealism posits that reality is fundamentally mental or immaterial, and the physical world is a manifestation of mental processes or consciousness. Prominent philosopher Immanuel Kant have explored idealism from a new angle of perception. Kant introduced the concept of transcendental idealism, which posits that while the external world, the thing in itself or noumenon, may exist independently of human perception, our knowledge of it is limited to the realm of appearances, phenomena. In other words, our experience of the world is shaped by the structure of our minds. Kant argued that our minds impose categories of understanding, for example, causality, space, time, onto sensory data, shaping our perception of reality. These categories structure our experience of the world but do not necessarily correspond to the ultimate nature of things. In Hinduism and Buddhism, there is a recognition that the material world is Maya, illusion. The physical realm is considered transient and not the ultimate reality. Instead, the focus is on transcending the material world to reach a higher, more enduring state of consciousness or enlightenment. Indian mystic philosophers have long delved into the profound nature of reality, consciousness, and the perceived illusion of matter. Their philosophical explorations have offered unique perspectives on the idea that matter is imaginary, challenging conventional notions of existence. Swami Vivekananda, an influential figure in the spread of Vedanta philosophy to the West, contemplated the nature of reality extensively. He suggested that the material world we perceive is a projection of the divine cosmic consciousness, referred to as Brahman. In this view, matter is a temporary, illusory expression of a deeper, unchanging reality. Vivekananda's teachings encouraged individuals to recognize their divine essence beyond the physical realm. He believed that through meditation and self-realization, one could pierce through the illusion of matter and attain a direct experience of the underlying spiritual truth. Adi Shankaracharya, a foundational figure in Advaita Vedanta, taught the doctrine of non-duality, or Advaita, which posits that ultimate reality is undivided and without distinctions. In his view, the material world is an illusion, or Maya, which veils the true nature of existence. For Shankaracharya, the perceived multiplicity of the world is a result of ignorance, and true knowledge reveals the unity of all things. Shankaracharya's teachings emphasize the need to transcend the illusion of matter through self-inquiry and realization of the oneness of the self, Atman, with the ultimate reality, Brahman. Ramana Maharshi, a 20th century sage and spiritual teacher, encouraged seekers to inquire into the nature of the self. He taught that the material world, along with the egoic self, is an illusion. In his view, the true self, often referred to as the I Am, transcends the physical and mental realms. Maharshi's teachings focused on self-inquiry as a means to dispel the illusion of matter and ego, leading to the direct realization of one's true nature as pure consciousness. The ancient Greek philosopher Plato posited that the material world is a mere reflection of a higher realm of perfect forms. In his allegory of the cave, he illustrates how our perception of reality is limited to the shadows on the cave wall, much like the limitations of our senses. In the realm of modern science, quantum physics challenges our classical understanding of matter. It reveals that at the subatomic level, particles can behave as both particles and waves, blurring the lines between matter and energy. Many creatures and animals known to science that possess sensory abilities that are inaccessible to humans. These unique sensory adaptations allow them to perceive aspects of reality that are beyond the range of human senses. From infrared vision to ultraviolet perception, electroreception to echolocation, the animal kingdom is a testament to the adaptability and ingenuity of life on Earth. Echolocation is a bat's sonic vision. Rattlesnakes have detected infrared radiation emitted by warm-blooded prey even in complete darkness. Some species of sharks and rays possess electroreceptors and detect the electrical signals produced by other animals, including those generated by muscle contractions or nerve impulses. Some birds can sense the Earth's magnetic field, which aids in navigation during long-distance flights, magnetoreception. These are just a few examples, and there are many more fascinating adaptations in the animal kingdom. I wonder how a person would perceive the world if he had such unusual sensors? What if we envisioned a person, or even humanity as a whole, with an entirely distinct set of sensory tools, vastly different from the ones we are familiar with? In this hypothetical world, perception would be radically different, and the nature of reality as we know it would be fundamentally altered. Imagine a person with sensors capable of perceiving quantum particles and energies that are utterly incomprehensible to modern humans. This individual's perception of reality, including the very essence of matter, would be profoundly different from our own. It becomes evident that our instruments of perception are the lenses through which we understand and interpret the world around us. Accepting the notion that matter is imaginary has profound implications for our understanding of reality. It calls into question the construct of the world we perceive and challenges us to look beyond appearances. This perspective reminds us that our comprehension of the universe is fundamentally limited by our sensory tools. In the grand scheme of existence, matter may indeed be an illusion, a creation of our perceptual apparatus. As we contemplate this profound concept, we are urged to recognize the vastness of the universe that remains concealed from our senses. In embracing the idea that matter is imaginary, we invite a new way of perceiving reality, one that acknowledges the limitations of our sensory faculties and fosters a sense of wonder and humility in the face of the infinite cosmos. Across various philosophical and mystical traditions, a common thread emerges, a recognition that reality, as perceived through our senses, may be far more elusive and multifaceted than we can ever imagine.